Alright, man, what's up, y'all? My name is Zaire. People be calling me Zai for short. As you can see by the thumbnail, the title of the video, talking about the Navy today. And yeah, well, I'm joining the Navy. I already got some of my, I already did my ASVAB and stuff, got my jobs and stuff here. And today, I'm gonna just be talking to you guys about the process that I went through and that I'm going through right now. I don't have my ship date yet, but like I said, I'm pretty much there. So just a little insight. But first and foremost, this is my YouTube channel. I wanna document my journey, tell you guys how everything goes, show you guys the Navy life, also a bit of things in my life as well, a little improvement journey. I don't know if you guys know like any Japanese or whatnot, but I'm heavy on that, Kaizen, or at least I'm trying to learn. That means improvement, Kaizen. That's what I'm trying to do in my life. But maybe you guys want to know a little bit about me. I'm 19. I turned 20 in September. So, a lot of people tell me I'm young. I feel old, but I guess I'm young, and I'm just trying to live my life, and do as many things as I can to, prosper and stuff like that. So yeah, basically today's video is gonna be the process from scratch. I'm gonna tell you guys a bit of what you can do before you get out of high school to maybe get some ranks before you go to boot camp, or get some testing out the way, things that you will run into that you should be prepared for, so your process won't be super long like mine is. And yeah, pretty much that. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first and foremost, high school. So in my senior year, like I said, I didn't want to join the military, let alone the Navy. I come from a long line of people who were in the Navy in my family. I kind of wanted to do my own thing, but I'm here today. But yeah, high school. Okay, my senior year, I was thinking about joining the Army. My boy wanted to join the Navy. He was like, join the Navy, join the Navy. I'm like, nah, I want to do my own thing. I'm gonna join the Army. So I'm talking to the Army recruiter. He's talking about, what do you want to do? I'm really big on real estate. I'm like, I want to do real estate. He's like, well, you could do the reserves and do real estate at the same time. It sounds good. So I was set on the Army, and in high school or public school. I don't know if they have this for private high school, but public high school, they have you guys taking a ASVAB, like I think it was springtime, like maybe April. So around this time last year, took my ASVAB. It's for every branch. They just bring everybody who wants to join the military, or not even join the military, just want to take the ASVAB. They bring everybody together, and they test everybody. It's timed for each. There's like 10, 11 parts and over 100 questions. I'm not gonna lie. You get like, I think it was a 2-hour exam for us. They give you like 15 to 30 minutes per section. But yeah, it was difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't study. It was very last minute that I took it. I ended up getting a 26. So yeah, terrible. But my homie got like a 60 something, like 67, I think. Bro did phenomenal. But yeah, so they have you take a test in high school and see if you pass from that. You can take it twice. I didn't take it the second time. I was like, nah, forget that. I'll just do my own thing. I'm really big on doing my own thing, and sometimes it gets me nowhere. Sometimes, walk by faith, not by sight. But yeah, then after that, definitely was not thinking about the military at all. I was in real estate school. I don't know if you can see the boxes over there, but I was doing Amazon FBA, which is really good. Let's see, I was doing e-commerce, things like that, and but yeah, just trying to make little money here and there, start businesses, got my LLC and everything, just setting up building blocks, trying to make a way into what I don't know, but I just thought something would, appear out of thin air, I guess. Working hard still, of course, studying Japanese, other languages, just trying to see what I like, what I get a feel of or whatnot. So, yeah. Okay, so now in this next segment of the video, I'm gonna be telling you what I did, uh, like a couple months back when I was just like, you know what, I swallowed my pride. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna join the Navy because one of my friends, he was a senior, or he graduated when I was a senior. Uh, so he joined the Navy, went through boot camp and everything, and I hung out with him when he came back. It was like, I think February. He was telling me how his experience went and everything, and I was just like, you know what, maybe I should join and stuff like that. So I didn't tell anybody. I tried to keep it a secret. I knew my parents would be like pretty happy that I would join and stuff they were in, stuff like that. So I come home. First step, research, bro. You got to do your research. Now I wasn't dead set on the Navy. I was just like, you know what, that's gonna be my top priority. I'm gonna see what everything else has. Definitely knew I wasn't gonna join the Army. I'm over here doing research, watching boot camp videos, ASVAB videos, just researching, trying to see the benefits, seeing what branch I would like. Basically, I stuck with the Navy. But yeah, research is big. Do your research because you don't want to join a branch and be like, yeah, that's not it, bro. Like, it's not what I want to do, or like, and then because you have to sign a contract and be there for like 4 or 5 years or whatnot. So you can't go AWOL. They'll come looking for you, banging on the door, like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like, can't go AWOL. So make sure that you do your research on what branch you want to join. That whether it's a branch, a job, everything. Do all research. Knowledge is your best asset. I'm telling you, don't do any digging or research, no nothing. You're basically cutting yourself short. Now you might find a job like that you like, or a branch that you like off of a whim without doing any research, boom. But I'm just saying, to be safe, do your research. Alright, so research was number one. But yeah, I ended up choosing the Navy. If you want to know my reasons of why I chose the Navy, that would probably be for another video. But yeah, just in the comments, let me know or something. Step number 2, finding a recruiter or meeting a recruiter. Sometimes you can just like stumble upon one. I've never done that actually in high school, but in my case, I'm gonna tell you a story of how I met my recruiter. I met my recruiter through my friend, the one who came from boot camp. I asked him. He was already talking to me about the Navy. I didn't want to ask my parents. My parents know recruiters, but I didn't want to ask them because I wanted to keep it a surprise and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I ended up going to him. He gave me her number, and I texted her. She's awesome, by the way, very assuring. And basically what I said was, hey, miss, because I got her name. And always be polite, okay? Like, everybody's human beings, like, don't be like, hey, yo, I want to join the Navy, boom, boom, boom. Always want to make a good first impression, basically. It's like a job interview, So, I hit her up. I was like, hey, miss, I'm interested in joining the Navy, and I was wondering if you can help me out. And she's ecstatic, I'm pretty sure recruiters have to meet like a quota or something. So she's like, okay, boom, like, I got somebody, let's go. I'm pretty sure she's working with other people as well. Like, she's awesome. She remembers names and everything. I told her who referred me to her as well. I'm pretty sure like you refer people, it helps you out with your rank and stuff like that. But yeah, I told her, I was like, I'm interested. She's like, okay, boom. right off the bat, she's like, can you answer these questions for me? Boy. Questions. These questions, it had to been like about 90, 60, 60, 90, something like that. It was a lot of questions. Some of the stuff I had to do digging for. Some of the questions like, okay, so my birth certificate got lost. But like when I tell you she's awesome, like she picked me up, we went to the DMV and got me another birth certificate. Easy, same day, everything. Had me fill out paperwork there, efficient. She asked me if I took my ASVAB. I already told you guys I got 26. I told her I got like a 26. She's like, it's cool, cause now you can get them with a 10. I'm like, nah, I want higher than that. I'm not really the type of person to settle for less, for real. So I'm like, I know I could have done better. I didn't even study, so I'm sure if I study, I'll do good. So yeah, she's like, all right, so do you know what rate you want? I'm like, what is a rate? I don't even know what a rate is. Apparently that means like a job. What job do you want to do in the Navy? I told her, I love electronics. I mean, she's like, oh, that's what I do. I'm like, she's describing it. I'm like, no, I don't know if I'm into all that. Decided I wanted to become a OS. Now, I haven't picked my rate yet. Hopefully I can get OS. I'll tell you guys if I do or whatnot. But yeah, told her I want OS. She's like, we're offering bonuses. I've heard stories like I don't know, like bonuses are iffy. But I'm like, cool, bonuses, sounds good. I just want to get in as soon as possible. But yeah, contact with, because if you don't get with a recruiter, you can't get in. Basically, you can't just walk in there and be like, hey, I'm in here type thing. There's a whole process of things that you have to do. But yeah, she asked me my ASVAB score. She tested me that same day as well. We did a whole bunch that day, just in one day. We went to go get my birth certificate, filled out a whole bunch of paperwork, which didn't take long, mind you. She helped me with everything. Talked about medical, marijuana. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here. Hopefully this doesn't get like demonetized. I don't even know if I'm making any money from this anyways. I'm just trying to give you guys free content. But marijuana, she told me things about how they deal with politics, religion, a bit of what boot camp's like, what else, alcoholism. So basically you can't consume any marijuana, none. And if you consume marijuana before you go to MEPS, because they're going to test you, they're going to send you back home. Even like they do random tests too, like don't do it. And yeah, so don't do none of that. No marijuana. Alcohol you can drink, but in moderation. We're all adults here, be responsible. But yeah, now the thing that another thing that we did, which was the last thing, was ASVAB. She'll give you, or whoever your recruiter is, will give you a practice test. And that practice test is gonna see where you are when it comes to the ASVAB. Did no studying that day, and I did way worse than I did my first time. But mind you, we were moving a lot. I took it in the car. Car was shaky, talking mid-test, not really, and it was timed. Not really paying attention. I got it. Oh! Yeah, I needed to do studying, a lot of studying. So I thought, but we'll get to that next. Son, number 3 on the list is ASVAB. We're talking about it a little bit before, but ASVAB. Now you need an ASVAB score. You can get in. Some people, not everybody, can get in with a minimal score of 10. You need a 31 to pass at minimum. But you can get in. Some people can get in with a 10. And honestly, it's not even a bad thing. A lot of people like who are already in the service give it such a bad notion or whatnot. You must be dumb and stuff like that. But some people who be getting 10s are way better at the job than the people who got like 50s on their ASVAB. So I mean, it is what it is. But ASVAB, I got some story times for these as well. But ASVAB, she was like, okay, you didn't score too well, so I want you to focus on line scores. Line scores are gonna get you jobs, guys. Line scores are basically, I'll read it from right here from my actual test sheet that I took. Line scores are, and I read general science, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and mathematical knowledge. So all of these are scored out of a score of 70 each category, even the ones that I did not read, which are like 5 other groups, 6 on like the actual test. But yeah, you're scored out of 70 on each category. The highest you can get on the ASVAB, I think, is like a 99. The lowest that you can score is a 31, but the lowest that you can really get in is like a 10, stuff like that. It may sound confusing, but trust me, I'm sure your recruiter can explain it way better than I am, or at least a bit better. But yeah, she told me to really pay attention to arithmetic reasoning and word knowledge. Word knowledge, I was like, okay, that's easy. I try to, keep up on certain words, stuff like that. I don't really need to study that. Arithmetic reasoning was where it was at. I just needed a refresher, it seemed like. But I studied that for like 3 days. Took my test like in a week, and I got a 49, which is good. Line scores were good. Like I said, this is my actual sheet. I don't know if you guys can see. That's my sheet. I don't know if it's backwards, but yeah, I got a 49, and I took this inside of the recruiting office. Now, you can take your test inside of the recruiting office instead of at MEPS. But here's the thing about that. You're going to have to take another test called the confirmation test. So on the test that you take at your ASVAB, or
he needs some milk
at your recruiter's office, is not timed. It still has like 100 something questions on it, but it's not timed. You can take however long you want on it, and you're in an air conditioned room, comfortable seats. You're in a room by yourself. If you're taking, like, I took my test by myself in a separate room. They make you put your phone up, of course. You can only use the pencil and the paper that they give you, of course, because they don't want to. They want to make sure you're not cheating, basically. But yeah, I got a 49. She was excited, like way more excited than I was personally, because I'm like, I feel like I could have did better. But she's like, these are really good. Like, I got really good scores, and I'll show you guys again. These 3 categories below are all the jobs that like I would really qualify for any force, because you can take, even though you take your ASVAB score inside of like a Navy recruitment office, you can take your score to any branch, actually to anything. Like, you could apply it to civilian jobs as well. Just show them this paper and boom. But yeah, that's the score that I got. And you have to take a confirmation test like the following week to make sure that you didn't cheat or anything. And basically, if you pass the confirmation test, which is like 30 questions, summarizing everything that you took from the first test, and it's timed for like 45 minutes. If you pass that, then you're good. You keep your score. I failed. Granted, I wasn't feeling well that day, but I mean, no excuse. I should have passed. I had to take the whole ASVAB over again. And I ended up doing better. My line scores were way better in the second ASVAB test I took at the place the following week. So it really worked in my favor. But with the first test, these are all the jobs that I qualified for. I don't know if you can see, but that's a lot of jobs. That's what you want after you take your test. Because if you don't have a lot of jobs, your options are limited. Trust me, you want a lot of options, because most of these jobs have bonuses. Most of them are really good jobs. Some of them most people wouldn't do. You just get a huge variety of what you want to, or what you could do. And like the first step, do your research. You don't want to cut yourself short. Me, I qualified for OS. That's the job that I wanted. I'm like, okay, boom. My recruiter said that she would think that doing GSM would be really good, but my mom was telling me, she's like, look, don't sell yourself short. Don't do it. Research, no matter what, just see. My dad wanted me to go IT, and on the sheet it says hashtag like REF. So you need a reference, or like a second test, like a separate test to take for that specific job. So for IT, you need to take an IT test. My recruiter said that IT isn't like how it used to be. You don't get much qualifications. Me personally, I want to join the Navy and get out and move to Japan. So I know that with a job that I can get qualifications for, or school that I do in the Navy, I can take those qualifications, and the Navy will help me transition to the workforce overseas in Japan, where I want to go, and then boom, I could use the Navy to do that, and other things as well. But if you want to know those things, that'll be for another video. If you want to know the benefits of the Navy and what you can do inside of the Navy to come out like a millionaire or something, because that's possible. A lot of people do it. Yeah, just put that in the comments and I'll make a video on that. But yeah, that's pretty much the ASVAB and stuff like that. So now when I go to MEPS, I'm good. I don't have to do the ASVAB anymore. Just one thing, or a few more other things I have to do, but that's for the next part. So, and okay, so for the last part, before you ship out for boot camp, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to MEPS, right? Most people who haven't taken their ASVAB yet, they'll take their ASVAB there. But if you already took your ASVAB, you're good. I don't know what the full extent of MEPS is like, because I haven't been yet. When I come back from MEPS, I'll make a video on that, on everything that I experienced personally. But I do know some things about MEPS. They will have you do a physical check. They'll do medical check. They'll check your medical records. Make sure that you're just, fit to join the Navy. That you're not gonna flank out and like, super quick. Because, I mean, to be quite blunt with you, when you join the services, you're like property of the government, basically. So you're here to serve your country, But they want to make sure that their investment is a good one, basically. That sounds harsh, but please take it lightly. Like, it's not really too deep. You're doing it for a good cause, because you're ultimately protecting the people who can't really protect themselves at the same standard that you're capable of doing. So take that. You're like a superhero in your own way. So just think of it like America's Avengers or something. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, you'll go to MEPS. Some of you will take your ASVAB. Some of you who already took your ASVAB, you will not have to do that. I heard from somebody that when they took their ASVAB, they only had to go to MEPS for a day. They stayed for the 2 days, but they just stayed in their hotel that whole day, waiting for like the medical and everything. I've also heard of another thing. I don't like I said, I've never been to MEPS. I know some things to be concrete, some things maybe a myth or whatnot. Maybe everybody's MEPS experience isn't the same, but I've heard that like you take a test with like your like you'll learn the Sailor's Creed, and if you can recite that, you ranked. If you went to ROTC or I think ROTC, you'll go in as like a E2, E3. And what rank really means is that, like, because everybody gets paid the same, and all rates get paid the same. You get paid by rate. The higher your rate, the more you get paid. So, I mean, you go in as a E3, or get out as a E3. You above, or not above everybody, but you're ahead of everybody is what I mean when it comes to ranking. That's another thing I meant to say about rates. Pick your rate wisely. Whatever has the best advancements, which means like whatever ranks up fast, do that. Me personally, I chose OS because I know they don't really do much, and I also have things outside of the military that I want to do. Like I said, I'm learning Japanese. I also want to invest into real estate properties. Just a whole bunch. I want to spend time with my family. I want to start my own family. Heard OS is a really good rate that will allow you to do things outside of the military as well. And they rank up fast. So, I mean, I qualify for it. Hopefully it's available. But God willing. But boot camp, yeah, is after MEPS. You get your ship date at MEPS. You pick your rate at MEPS. And then you're off to boot camp. Now, I mean, I won't be able to make any videos in boot camp, but as soon as I get out, best believe I'm gonna be spitting out a whole bunch of content. Also want to do motivational content, day in the life content, help everybody improve. Men, women, everybody, people in the military, civilians. I have a lot to offer to you guys, just like how you guys have a lot to offer to me. And ultimately, do this first video because I'm gonna be consistent. I just want to build a family, a community. So if you guys want to help me out with that, I would highly appreciate it. Spread love, hate, whatever you want. I'll accept it all. Criticism, especially. Please tell me what I could do better to make the videos better for you guys. Just anything. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. If you guys made it to the end, please hit that subscribe button, that like button. Put something in the comments, whatever you want. I'll definitely read them all. Love you guys already. but yeah, it's my first video joining the Navy. Fun stuff. But yeah, we out.